The Formula One world drives on, but it's a desperately sad and sombre Monza. The pre-race parade is normally a jovial affair, not this morning. The drivers are all here, but their minds are elsewhere, in New York and in Washington. Next stop, the American Grand Prix. The word from Indianapolis is, we are open for business. Hello there. It's been a very difficult weekend, just about impossible to concentrate fully on the Italian Grand Prix, some affected more than others. Michael Schumacher has been a distant, troubled character, giving the impression of a man who doesn't want to be here, going through the motions. Ferrari running advertising-free cars, no logos on the uniforms either. The drivers doing their jobs, their blank expressions reveal their feelings. Tony Jardine, we're all different. My personal feeling is that we're all here a bit quickly.
My view is that we shouldn't have run at all on Friday on the European day of mourning, but then should have carried on. I thought it was put most eloquently by Jarno Trulli. He said every day we turn on the television, we hope it's going to be a little bit better, but if we stop Formula One, then they are winning, and he means the terrorists, obviously. Now,
Mark, at this race last year, there was a fatal accident at the second chicane. The fire marshal, Paolo Ghislimberti, was killed, and the drivers seem to be very keen for that not to happen again. They're adopting a very unusual stance for safety reasons.
Well, it looks like they're trying to get a situation where they don't do any overtaking, at least up to and beyond the second chicane. I find it hard to believe that you're going to get all 22 drivers to agree. I find it hard to believe you're going to get all team owners to agree on this. And after all, we are here to race. I know circumstances are a little bit different this weekend, but we are here to race.
Okay. The race in Monza. Now, animated discussions. Michael Schumacher, Jean Alesi poking his head in there, and David Coulthard. What's happened here is the drivers do not want to overtake on the first two chicanes. There was a fatal accident there last year. The fire marshal, Paolo Ghislimberti, was killed. They do not want to race for the first two chicanes, but their team bosses have said, you will all race. That is the scenario. Michael Schumacher and David Coulthard doing their best to sort things out. Spending big to make it in Formula One as well. We will welcome Toyota in Australia next year. We're all wondering, how will the Italian Grand Prix start? Just to update you, the drivers do not want to overtake for safety reasons at the first two chicanes. The bosses have said, you are here to race. James Allen is our man down there on the grid, and he has the very latest news.
Well, Jim, as you come down here, you can see Michael Schumacher. Let's go through here. There he is. You can see the expression on his face. It's the same throughout the weekend. He's just going from driver to driver, telling them all his views. He thinks they should take it easy at the start of this race. My understanding is the team owners had some feelings on this, but you can see they don't want any kind of interference at all. And Schumacher just giving his views. Clearly not every driver has been in agreement with this decision, but there's no question a lot of people are uneasy that either everybody does the same thing one way or another, or they don't do it at all. Could be more dangerous if half of them are not racing and half of them are. This story, I have a feeling, is going to run for a little while longer.
We're not going to know till the start of the race, are we, James? Mark Blundell, what's your view on it all?
I'm actually amazed by the whole situation. I'm amazed that Michael's doing what he's doing. He obviously feels very strongly about it, but at the same point, you know, I'm still of the opinion we're here to race, and if he feels that strongly, there may be a point to make, well, don't participate in this event. But at the same time, it's going to be interesting.
Tony?
Well, there's a funnel effect at that first chicane, and it's very difficult, even more difficult in my belief now, that the way they've changed it, they have to turn back on themselves, and there is a problem with cars going across the chicane and T-boning other cars, which is what happened in the Formula 3000 race yesterday. So I can see what they're worried about. Mark's absolutely right. They've got a race, and James is right. Either all go for it together, you know, and have a uniform decision, or not, because some guys going slowly could cause a lot of problems at the start of this race.
It really is a confused situation down there. Some of the team owners, our team bosses, are saying you have to race. Just look at Michael Schumacher. He wants them to go slowly around those first two chicanes, bearing in mind what happened here last year. Whispering in the ear of Jean Todt, whatever you do, rejoin us at Monza in a couple of minutes' time.
Ron Dennis, where do you stand on this will they, won't they conversation about drivers overtaking into the first and second chicane on the opening lap?
Well, I was, as a team, of course, if we have a logical view, if a circuit is unsafe, now's not really the time to be talking about it. Having said that, we'd have been supportive of anything that the drivers had unanimously agreed to, but if you can't get all the drivers to agree on anything, be it a alternative start process or maybe start behind the pace car, then I think it's better to keep everybody in the same mindset and just have a normal start, and hopefully they'll put a bit of caution into the first chicane, and if there is an incident, the time to sort it out, or to sort out this circuit, is before the next Grand Prix, not half an hour before the start of the race.
Obviously your drivers are the ones who are out there driving the cars, but how do you feel when they sort of flex their muscles and go for a bit of driver power, as they showed this morning?
Well, to be honest, you know, we have a open spirit in the team, and we don't have conflict. If the drivers had expressed a wish, I would have been supportive of it, as long as it wasn't to the detriment of the interests of the team. And as I said, if it, whatever they'd all agreed, if it had been unanimous, I'd have been comfortable with it and supportive of it.
Thank you, Ron. Best of luck this afternoon.